everyone, welcome to the QuesterMage and welcome back to another No Man's Sky video for the Nintendo Switch. In today's video, I want to talk about how No Man's Sky should include actual trading in the game. So please sit back, relax, click like, subscribe, and hopefully enjoy. Here we go. Buying and selling things in No Man's Sky has been an integral part of the gameplay since the game was available. We always used buying and selling items in the game to try and maximize the amount of units that we could make. But one of the things that I did notice about this game is actual trading has never really been a thing. And what do I mean by actual trading? Well, I mean it absolutely literally. When we would go to characters in game, they would have one item which they would want to trade for a specific other one. So the player wouldn't need units, the player wouldn't need Quicksilver. The player would only need the item that the character is requesting to trade for the item. Now, I think this would have value for several reasons. Number one, I think it would bring a layer of believability to the universe itself. Not everyone is only trying to sell or buy things. There would be characters that would want to simply trade one item for another. And I think this would add a layer of interest when interacting with specific characters because you never know what type of item they would actually be willing to trade. And as we've seen in No Man's Sky, there are very valuable items that are available in game that are very difficult to find. Obviously, this would all have to be balanced because we wouldn't want high value items to be traded for low value items. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about items that are of similar value. For example, a high value item could potentially be traded for a mid-tier value item. That could happen if the character would like that item that much. I think that is feasible. We would find in specific systems, and this leads me into what I want to talk about next, which is when we go through the galaxy map in this game, we can see that systems have been designated specific economy types, hence there being an economy scanner. And I do think the economy could overall be interlinked with actual trading. So for instance, if we have a low supply engineering system, it would make sense that characters in that system would be willing to trade any item that comes under the engineering umbrella for a high price. And with trading, this would be an opportunity, I think, to have a high value item being traded for a medium value item. And I hope this makes sense. Because again, I wouldn't want the economy to actually be broken in the game. If this would be done wrong, then it could completely break the economy because then we'd have the ability to trade low level items for high level items and then just sell them off for units. And this would just be the way of maximizing making loads of units. There are always going to be these issues anyway, but I would just like to see a simple type of trading one item for another. And the ideas that come to mind tend to be stuff like someone's trying to fix their ship and they need a specific item to do that. So they are willing to trade two of their items for one of our items because they really need the piece for them to fix their ship. And this could also bring new gameplay to the existing buildings that are already in the game as well, because there are NPCs that are just around and don't really have much to do, so it would be really nice to actually go up to some of these characters and they're saying, hey, I'm willing to trade 100 of very common X item for 100 of very common Y item. I do think that this would allow the players to, one, have the abilities to trade items that they would find difficult to find. This would allow the player to trade for high value items they have found in the game already for other high value items that they haven't found in the game already. Because there are times in this game where you do find it difficult to find specific types of resources and or items, and I think this would be a way of alleviating that problem. Another way this could really help players is when you first start the game. You always find yourself at the beginning of the game having a lot of one resource but needing another one. So I do think this would be a way in-game, canonically if you will, to allow the players to trade for items and not having brand new players running around entire planets trying to find a specific type of resource or having to fly here, there and everywhere for a specific type of resource when they have a lot of another one. Obviously, I know that we could go to a galaxy terminal to trade for these items, but again, that's not really trading, that's buying and selling, and this is more about actual trading where no units or Quicksilver is needed. So what do you think of this idea of actual trading being added to No Man's Sky? Again, it's not the biggest thing that No Man's Sky needs, but I just like talking about these little ideas that I keep having, and hopefully you all enjoy hearing about them, because I just love the game. I really like No Man's Sky, and I just want more and more added to it. But overall, I have a feeling that even though we are getting more updates, more types of expansions, the depth of gameplay is pretty much staying the same. The core gameplay is not evolving. And I do think that games need to evolve over time. I think we need new gameplay types, new gameplay styles. But again, please leave your impression down in the comments section. But that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you very much again for watching. If you do like what I do here, please click that like button down below. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you want to see more, please click that subscribe button, as that is the only way this channel can grow. Now, I hope you liked this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. And until then, thanks again.